Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host and co-host, DJ Kitty, here with Miss Morningstar. And we are from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. And we are here to bring you some news that you can use. Today is Wednesday. It is that hump day, that day of the week that we've all been waiting for because we were halfway there. I want to say good morning to Holly Springs, Mississippi, as well as Memphis, Tennessee. I hope you guys had a great evening and you are ready to tackle this day without any issues, any adversities. And that's how we're going to start this day. And that's how we're going to finish the day as well. So come on in. Here's your reminder to drink your 16 ounces of water, take your morning medication, get you some breakfast in, and come on into this news broadcast. Today, we have our sisters joining us. That is Mrs. Jack and Counselor Nikki. And today we are going to be talking about universal human rights. It's a very interesting topic, very interesting conversation. So I hope you guys are ready because we are. But before we can get started, we always start with a morning affirmations, positive affirmations, and we get those positive affirmations from my girl, my little sister, Mrs. Morningstar, the affirmation queen. And before she even starts, I want to say good evening to TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. I almost forgot, but Sister getting old, but I remembered. So good evening. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you all being here. Stick around. It's going to be a great show per usual. You got the ladies of Our Plugs. Well, some of the ladies of Our Plugs. So without further ado, I want to welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage, Miss Morningstar with those morning affirmations.
I feel like I need to do a spin or something, and throw some dust in the air and be like, I have arrived. Good morning.
Yes, welcome to the stage.
Hold on 1 second. I'm hearing some feedback.
Yeah, that's Miss Jack.
Miss Jack. Yes. I had to go ahead and mute her. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, hump day. We almost there.
Yes.
We almost there.
Thank you,
Welcome. So, guys, today is a great day because, like she said, we got our sisters, some of our sisters of Our Plugs, and we always have a good conversation when the ladies are in the building. So it should be really, 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 really festive and good today. And while we're on human rights and universal rights, I thought a good affirmation would be a good dedication of affirmations for kindness, positive statements, expressing love, support, validation, just using kind words and, acknowledging good deeds and good characters of people. And this is going to be dedicated to my sisters and brothers of Our Plugs and all our TikTok friends and family that have supported us. These are our affirmations for expressing love and appreciation. And you guys can use this out here in Radio Land because this goes out to you as well, because we want to express how much we love and appreciate all of you for your support throughout almost this year. We are almost to a year, y'all. So we really, really, really appreciate you guys. So use these affirmations however you choose for people you care about, you love. It's a good way to express. Number one, I love you just the way you are. Number two, you make my life so much better. Number three, I appreciate everything you do for me. Number four, you are the love of my life. Number five, I'm so grateful for your love and support. Number six, you mean the world to me. Number seven, I love your sense of humor and the way you make me laugh. Number eight, you are my favorite person in the whole world. I say that. I say this to my daughter. Number nine, I appreciate your kindness and generosity. Number 10, you are the best part of my day. Number 11, I love how you always know how to make me smile. Number 12, you bring so much happiness into my life. Number 13, I'm so lucky to have you in my life. Number 14, your love is the greatest gift I could ever receive. Number 15, I admire the way you love so deeply and sincere. Number 16, you are my everything, and I'm so thankful for you. Number 17, I appreciate the little things that you do that show you care.
That's the truth.
Number 18, yes, you make me feel loved and appreciated every day. Number 19, I love how we can always be ourselves around each other. Oh, that is the truth. I love
Ain't
it.
that the truth? Yes.
Yeah. Number 20, you are the most important person in my life. Number 21, I love and appreciate you more than words can express. Number 22, you are my best friend and I cherish our relationship. Number 23, I am grateful. I am so grateful for the love we share. 24, you are the most amazing person I know. And finally, 25, I love you more and more every day.
I love those.
Love affirmations
Yes.
from me to all of you. In
Yes.
the rest
Well,
of
I'm gonna say from me to some of you, okay? Because not everybody gonna get that type of love.
Well,
DJ,
I'm saying, we're gonna pick out some of that. Some of that go a long way. It goes to different
yeah,
people, but
it does.
we love each other in every different kind of way.
Yes, and it's different. I love some of that. I could feel I was saying that to my husband, some of it to my grandchildren, some of it to my children, and then some of it to my good girlfriends, friends
Yeah,
who to
that's what I say. It was 25 messages to however many people needed to hear it.
absolutely, and just know that you are loved. I like that, Miss Morningstar. We've got Baby Doe in the on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Please like and subscribe. We love for you guys being here. We appreciate you. We're actually coming up on a year of doing this, and I'm in finance. Miss Morningstar is in healthcare. We had no idea that we'd ever be doing this, but God puts you where He wants you to be when He wants you to be there. So we have accepted this challenge that has turned into a mission, that has turned into something that we love doing. So I'm just going to say, please continue to support us. We truly appreciate all of you. And yeah, we're coming up on a year. January 20th will be 1 year live on the radio. Woo! And what a year it has been. We've had a lot of great shows. We've had some bloopers. I remember one show was just everything went wrong, but we got it together. So, needless
Oh
to say,
yeah,
we are still here.
we still
We
here.
still here. Thank you, W. You stupid. Thank you,
I'm
WKRA.
petty, y'all. I got a little
You are
petty in me.
Patty Betty.
It's some folks that wish us to fail, but we
We are still
yeah.
here. Thank you,
Anyway.
WKRA 92.7 Change. And thank you, God, for seeing us through and blessing us every single show. So we want to say thank you to every last one of you. Okay, let's get into this weather. Holly Springs, Mississippi. High today at 58, a low of 32. Rain chances at about 6%. Winds out of the west, 10 to 20 miles per hour. Feels like temperatures 53 during the day, 33 at night. Ooh, that's chilly. Humidity is moderate during the day, high at night. Air quality is good. It's going to be a chilly day. 58 is not that bad. You know, a nice, cool, a nice warm sweater, some boots, dress it up and jazz it up. Really cute, cute, cute. Now at night, you might have to pull on your jacket because that 33 is scaring me. Anywho, Memphis, Tennessee, you have a high today of 58, a low of 34. Rain chances right at 8%. Winds out of the west northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is 55 during the day, 33 at night. Let's see. Humidity is moderate during the day, uh, moderate all day long, actually. Air quality is good. Hot Houston. Now, Houston, we've been doing so good in these 50s and 60s. What happened? Today, we have a high of 73. A low of 48. I'm disappointed. Feels like temperature
Creeping up.
it's creeping back up. Ain't that something?
But I like 70s.
I
The
know, but
70s.
I need some cold weather, some cooler weather, sis.
I don't want it cold. I
All right.
felt it for a little while, then my bones started hurting. I don't like
Girl,
it.
you're too young to be talking about your bones. Hush.
My bones start hurting, believe it or not. If I'm young, I guess my bones are too
You got
young.
old bones.
My bones ain't too young.
All right,
They
temperature
hurt.
today, high of 73, a low of 48. Rain chances 8%. Winds are the west northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Feels like temperature 72 during the day, 50 at night. Humidity is high all day long. Air quality is good. I mean, 73, I guess I can put on a little short sleeve crop sweater and some blue jeans and call it done because I was hoping to, put on my Scully or my new hat from Sparkle Kicks, the one that covers my hat and it's got the ruffles all over it. It's so, so, so cute. I was hoping to wear that, but yeah, not with this Houston weather. I'd be sweating. I would be sweating. Anywho, that is your weather for today. Get out there and enjoy it. Not too bad in the south. Now up north, I don't know what to tell y'all. I hear it snowing. I hear it's cold. Bundle up. I love you, Counselor Nikki. I see how you're looking at me. I love you because you're looking at me like I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry that it's cold in Minnesota, but you're in Minnesota. So what do you expect? Anyhow, to all of our northern folks, hey Stevie, we see you out there. To all of our northern folks, you guys bundle up. I hear you guys got some more snow coming your way. Yeah. Or you can come on down and visit. We're not accepting anybody right now. Texas is full, it's full. So I don't know what to tell you. But that is your weather for today. Now let's get into some hot news, some hot topics, some news that you can use.
All right. Well, before we hit the news, let me tell my TikTok family over there, please, y'all, make sure you are hitting the heart me. I have a flash goal up there. We need to get our algorithm up for the show. So please make sure you hit that when you come in the room and tap the screen, share the live out, because our plugs is hot. We on fire. Donald Trump said we got a hot country.
Yeah. Please don't pray.
I'm just gonna say we got a hot show. For real, we do. For real,
we do have a hot show.
I don't know about that hot country, but
he don't know either. That man don't even know where he's at. So let's just,
baby, he don't know what's going on.
He don't know what's going on.
I'm mad he woke up again.
Yes. Yeah, you did. You said it out loud too on the radio. So let's go ahead and get into this news. So, we have been talking about these boats. I know Ali shared with us, about the boats yesterday in the Coast Guard, and he shared with us how it looks and how it's supposed to look when you're apprehending a drug boat. Okay, we got into that. Well, Trumpy decided that he was going to pardon the ex-president of Honduras, right? Well, Honduras goes against Trump and issues an international arrest warrant against former President Pardon for drug trafficking. So Honduras said, you know what? We trusted that your country had an ounce of sense, but we see that y'all are on some craziness. So that's okay. That's okay. What we gonna do is we gonna go to the ICC and enact a international warrant. Bring it here.
Ooh.
Bring it.
Ooh.
And so they haven't caught up. Let me see. Have they caught up with him yet? I don't think they have caught up with them just yet. But I will say this: they immediately said we have been lacerated by the tentacles of corruption and by the criminal networks that have deeply marked the life of our country, said the Honduran Attorney General Joel Antonio Zelia Alvarez in a social media post. He also sought for help of Interpol. They want him. They said, bring it. Sir, they're going to tap him on his shoulders. Excuse me, we need you to follow. Put your hands behind your back. They coming to get him. Hernandez was released from prison last week after being pardoned by Frumpy, the man with the black hands. He was convicted in June 2024 in a New York federal court after being found guilty of drug and gun trafficking charges. F1 in the comments on TikTok. He was also required to pay a $8 million fine. Wait a minute. When you pardon somebody, do you have to continue to pay that fine? No, you don't. Did y'all know that? So anybody that he's pardoned, say they have to pay restitution for doing something illicit with, people want to go ahead and, make sure that you pay your dues. When you pardon somebody, they don't have to pay that money. Ain't that something? So that was an $8 million fine that would have went to the United States. This man. His whereabouts since are unknown, with his wife telling the Washington Post that he was in a safe place in the U.S. for his security. They better not let me find out where he's at. I'm telling. I'm snitching. I'm snitching. I'm snitching. He better stay deep undercover. However, she added, he is very eager to get in touch with the Honduran people. They eager to get in touch with you too, sir. They are eager to get in touch with you. His wife and daughters remain in Honduras. Baby. So Frumpy tells Pete Kegsbreath, the alcoholic, to go and boom boats. But then on the other hand, he goes and he pardons a drug trafficker, the ex-president. Boy, you can't make this up even if you tried. These people are ridiculous. Well, even more so, let's see what happened with Pete Kegsbreath. Today, part of the Defense Secretary Pete Kegsbreath travel budget for the upcoming year could be withheld if he doesn't release the unedited video of strikes against an alleged drug boat in Venezuela to Congress. So they're going to go after the money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way they understand. That's the only thing they understand.
Good.
Yes.
Release the video of the second. While you doing that, let's get the Epstein files out here. Release the video of y'all striking that boat twice. After 40 minutes of those men were in distress asking for help, and you boom them. Release the video.
Yeah,
so the American people can see the savagery of our United States. How savages you are. How much of a savage you are.
They've been
murderer.
They've been murdered.
Yeah, murder.
This country was founded by savages.
Yes.
And murderers.
Let the world see. Let everybody see.
What we've always
You're not kind. You're not kind. You're not a nation of love, and the greatest country in the world.
How can you be?
The land of the free. No.
Who's free?
Been living a lie
all these years.
Tell the truth.
And shame the devil. Y'all want to throw the Bible around as if it's a joke. Y'all
Show
want
what you did.
I mean, y'all want to Christian nationalist, Christian. Is this Christ-like? Blowing people out of the water for any reason.
No threat. It was no threat.
And even if they were, you arrest them. You are not judge, jury, and executioner. Everybody deserves their day in court. When you decided to drop bombs on them people, we don't even know who they are. You never gave them a chance to defend themselves. That's like me and my husband and our friends. We go out on the boat and go fishing, deep sea fishing. People do it all the time. My husband did it last summer.
Mm-hmm.
And you decide that imagine Honduras or Venezuela doing that to U.S. citizens. Imagine we're out on our boats and we're out fishing, and another country decides to drop bombs on us. It ain't fun it's no fun when the rabbit got the gun, and it's not right, and y'all know it's not right. But yeah, they plan on holding his funding, and good. Well, at least half of it. But I don't think that he's gonna make it. I don't think he's gonna be there. What they gonna do when this man closes his eyes? Anyway, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then we can come back, and I'm gonna turn the floor over to you because Sister Girl gotta go ahead and run commercials. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back after this quick commercial break. You got it, Miss Morningstar?
Yeah, let's go.
And I'd like you to do one more thing for me. Hold up 2 fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal, a global human initiative, and its value identity model are the outcomes of that day. The outcome that Prince, the revolution, and George Floyd produced.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingAndTrainingServices.com.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe fashion is more than clothing. It's a statement of self-love, confidence, and authenticity. From our signature beautiful hoodies to our versatile everyday wear, every piece is designed to inspire you to embrace who you truly are. Whether you're at home or on the go, making moves in the world, Lovership Apparel lets you show up boldly and comfortably. Shop the collection today at www.lovershipapparel.com or find us on ourplugs.com. Lovership Apparel, where love meets style.
Welcome to Transformation Training Academy, where your journey to purpose starts here. Do strangers come up to you in public and ask for advice? Do your friends and family flock to you at the first sight of something being wrong? Do you have a passion for helping others? If so, this might be for you. For more information, email us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com or go to ourplugs.com. Applications due November 10th.
Why advertise with Our Plugs, LLC? What do you get? Radio promotion. Perfect for online businesses. YouTube promotion. Customers can view your commercial. TikTok promo. Gain followers and showcase product. Follow us on all platforms. YouTube and TikTok. Our Plugs, LLC. www.ourplugs.com. Welcome to a world that sparkles. Tumblers for every personality. For the men, smoking trays and cutting boards. For the women, flower jewelry and honeybee coasters. Tic-tac-toe and dominoes. Sneakers, sneakers, sneakers. Sparkle Luxe keychains and trinket trays. Head over to ourplugs.com and receive a special coupon code for $7 off $35.
Welcome back.
And we are back. Thank you, Miss Morningstar. So I left off talking about Pete Kegsbreth and his funding and how that's going to be impacted because, he needs to go ahead and release that footage and stop playing with people. You're wrong. What you did was wrong, and everybody knows it. So what do you have for us today?
Okay, so guys, let's see. The U.S. job opening barely budged. The jobs openings barely budged in October, coming in at just below 7.7 million. So the U.S. job openings barely moved. It reported in September at 7.66 million. And this October, it reported 7.67 million. So it didn't move pretty much none. The job openings and labor turnover survey, which was delayed by the extended government shutdown, allegedly. He didn't want to give numbers for November. Remember, that's the first in history a president didn't give numbers about job and growth.
Because he don't want people to know how bad he's doing.
Yeah, of course, and he's blamed it on the shutdown, but it also shows the layoffs. I mean, the layoffs rose up to 1.9 million, most since January of 2023, and the number of people quitting their jobs is a sign of confidence in the labor market fell in October, suggesting that businesses seeking to control labor costs will have to pivot to active layoff lifting unemployment rather than relying on natural arbitration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, his numbers, as we know, he fired when the black young lady who did her job very well told the truth about the numbers. He let her go. He got her fired. Then he brought somebody else in who gave the exact same numbers the next month.
The numbers were worse. Yeah,
they were worse. They were worse.
But it was a white man.
Nothing has gotten better. The economy is not doing good at all. Just imagine this. He has not even been here a whole year. And this is where we're at. This is where we're at after almost a year. We got almost a year, and this is where we're at.
Well, typically, not only do they do the jobs report, they let the country know how the country's faring. And that's what you should. I mean, we pay taxes.
Right.
We pay taxes into this economy. We pay taxes, period. So we should know what's going on with where our money's going. We should know this. It shouldn't be a secret, or we have to have some special permissions or whatever this man has thought up in his little dementia-ridden mind. But he doesn't want the United States, the people, to know how poorly he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zeus had on his show today a young man. Oh, what was his name? It began with a P. And I know you guys probably did see it. But he was out there and he was in a warehouse, and he was showing all of the merchandise that was still sitting in the warehouse that hadn't been checked.
Tariffs?
No, it's not. Tariffs also, but this wasn't the case. Remember how they came out saying, "Oh, Americans did all this spending over Black."
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, that was a lie. Of course, it's a lie. You can go on and get. Of course, that was a lie, and nothing bothers me more than someone who intentionally tries to fool people. Well,
Mhm.
of course, these companies are going to pretend that they made all this money. No, credit card sales were up, and Afterpay is up. Let me tell y'all something. Do not let your kids put you in debt. Kids need to understand money is tight nowadays. And like my daddy showed me, do you want these shoes or do you want me to pay the light bill? And that's what it comes down to sometimes.
Mhm.
So sometimes it's a conversation that you may need to have with your children. We can give you some things, but we can't go big this year because number one, some people may have lost their jobs. I can't
Right.
get what I ain't got.
And if you are currently living off your credit card, when the bill comes, you're not gonna be. So don't over, like she said, don't go, you know,
Overboard?
overboard for the holidays. It's just one day.
It's one day,
It's one day. You gotta live. You gotta
every
live.
day.
You gotta have food, and food prices are not going down, as we know. So you gotta live. And for the people who all was excited about gas prices dropping, it's the mixed fuel, y'all. It's the end of the year fuel. That's why it's low. It's gonna go back up. Trust
I'm
me.
just surprised that I'm not surprised. It's just alarming to me. And it kind of saddens me that people don't know how the economy works. But
All these years they've been living in it.
I have to remember that, not everybody's on the same playing field. And I'm not calling anybody slow, done, none of that. I'm saying that if you didn't pay attention to what's going on, you may not know. I've been in finance all my life, ever since I was an adult. So this is normal, natural to me to watch the stocks, watch money, watch reports like that because I can understand it. But some people can't. But you can understand when when your bills don't, your paycheck don't meet your bills, and your bills don't make dollars don't make sense. Yes, you can understand that. So don't put yourself out. Do what you can.
Yeah. I
Anywho,
also want to say this. I got some more. I got another article.
mhm.
Jasmine Crockett. Okay. Sister Jasmine Crockett is running for Senate, United States Senate. Yes. So I need everybody in Texas to stand up for this woman, this wonderful woman who is a 44-year-old civil rights attorney, a rising star with the Democratic Party, and a voice of power that we need to
Yeah,
be in these senates. I love how she's at marketing. I love how she's advertising her run. Definitely, let's get on board with her. Let's have her back, as she is everywhere. She is promoting like crazy, and she deserves this.
she
So
does.
we need to do what we need to do what we supposed to do. Hot Wheels, hold them, don't roll them. Already talking that trash.
Hot Wheels
Hold
can
them,
go
don't roll them.
roll his behind right on down
Roll them,
45.
don't hold them. That's what it's called. Is that right? Roll them, don't hold them. Already
Roll them on
talking.
out.
He
Turn
talking mess.
Texas blue. That's right. Roll
He
them, don't hold.
told her. He
What is that?
told her he basically went on and said she don't stand a chance here in Texas.
Oh,
Basically,
really?
they don't like her kind. That's what he said in so many words. Yeah.
You want to bet? We like her
Yeah.
more than we like you. Because she can stand.
Roll them, don't hold them.
Because she stands on business. That's why we like her. We like her because she
Don't get
stands
close to
on
no
business.
body of water, bro. And I'm around. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I'm sick of him.
Sure.
I'm sick of the racism. Cut it out.
Yeah.
Cut
I
it out.
saw one of her ads with a young man. I forgot his name. He's a artist, a rapper.
I just saw
You saw
and
it?
it's fire. It's
It is
fire.
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 Yeah. Yeah. He mentioned that bad built
Bleach blonde,
bleach
bad built
blonde,
body. Large Marge. You know, Large
bad
Marge got a
built.
shout out.
A large March got a shout out. MTG and I. Yeah.
Oh, so
I'm
I'm
excited
excited
for her.
that. I'm excited for that run.
She's got my vote.
She got us.
My vote.
She already know we about to
Yes.
Oh
Push
yeah.
the button. Push the button.
That's
Most
right. And we're
definitely.
gonna be having to shout it out and get courage. Cause we not about to start. We about to go in and hold this black dominating dynamic woman up.
Yeah.
Okay. We're
Yeah.
doing that
Yeah.
specifically for her. Specifically. So yeah. I wish they was getting rid of old Teddy Boy, but he gonna still be there. But let's
No.
put her in there.
I don't know. Is it Aldridge? He switched districts because he was gonna run as well, but he said, I'm not gonna play with Jasmine. But he's a
Mm.
Democrat, also black guy. And
But yeah, okay, I know you're talking about. I think
and
it's I know who she's trying to take. I forget his name, but it ain't Ted Cruz because Ted Cruz just got reelected, remember? But
and him.
it's the other senator who sits here who she's going up against.
Well, she got my vote, and we got to make sure folks are registered and get out there and vote because
Yep.
we need to do.
Do our thing. Do the thing we do, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Did you want to cover anything else?
Nah, that was it. That was the main one. I mean, there's some other stuff, but let's bring our sisters up so we can get the show going.
Ladies up. Yes, yes, yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. I had to unmute.
Me too.
How y'all doing?
Oh, great. How's everybody doing? I'm smiling.
I'm cold, but I'm smiling. I'm here.
Yes.
Just from what you said about Jasmine Crockett, like,
yeah, phenomenal.
She deserves it. They need some more voices, and the crazy part is the women. If you look at everybody that is being, I guess they can call it loud or boisterous or whatever, it is the women that have the audacity and the nerve and the gall and the loud voices that seems to be making an impact, even though we don't really care for MTG too much. She put her foot down. You know, they don't seem to like the strong women, and that's what we need. Mm-hmm.
You know, what's your thoughts on MTG? Because, you know, although she is
don't trust her.
Don't trust her as far as I can spit on her.
Don't trust nothing about her. Not
you know what she did
out of her filthy mouth.
Okay. But she don't have nothing to lose though. Think about it. She got her retirement money. She has nothing to lose. So she can come out and say whatever it is she wants. She can tell the truth now because she has nothing to lose.
And she doing it now. To me, in my opinion, the harm is done. It's already done.
It is because she spent years doing saying foolishness and feeding into that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're responsible for magazine.
Right. Like Mitch McConnell, he made a lot of bad things happen and put in play. They don't have to run anymore. So a lot of people that's going to retire this year or not be put themselves up for re-election, but the damage is done. Like Ms. Morningstar said, and Nikki said, you did everything you needed to do. Now you're trying to just, skate on out because you know the repercussions are coming. There's going to be so many more things coming down the pipeline. You see what happened with Keg's breath.
At this point, I see a lot of the, Republican women who are like, oh, well, it's time for us to stand up. Girl, where you been?
Stand up where? Who was sitting down?
We haven't had the luxury of sitting down. See, you thought that being on the side of these men, that you were their equal, and now you have found out that when they say in the kitchen, cooking and pregnant and barefoot, all that, they talking about you too. So now I guess Nancy Mace and MTG and all the other ones want to come together and say, oh, well, we're not for this. Baby, it's too late. Y'all have done everything. The mere fact that y'all stood behind a man knowing he touched little girls, you knew it.
All of that.
Nasty heifers.
This is why we won't forgive. We can move forward knowing what you did, but we don't have to forgive you. We're definitely not going to forget. He did all these things before you voted for him. There you go. That's it.
And what's sad about all of it is that it was all an act for her. You know, she don't sound nearly as crazy as she was sounding before. You know what I mean? Like, you just wanted power that bad, and you wanted to be in the limelight that bad that you turned into this whole character, and you spewed all this hateful stuff, and you went to bat for foolishness all at every turn. And now it's just like, oh, now that I'm retired, it's all good. That ain't true. This happened. That happened. It's like, what? How can you change like that?
Because she got scared. He started beefing with her, and she was like, "You know what? I don't want to do this. I know MAGA crazy."
I don't even believe. I kind of don't even believe she's scared. I just feel like she's mad because things did not go her way, and now this is her revenge. You know, it's a it's a classic clapback. Like, okay, I got you. Checkmate. You want to say this? I got you. Went on 60 Minutes, did her interview, talked her cash money-ish, and, you know, did her thing, got them up in
and her kids are probably like, you need to say something, you need to stand up. They find, you know, it's all the stuff that's going to affect them now. So she got to look like for them that she's doing something right. She's doing the right thing. It's too late.
It's too late. Even though she stood up there with them survivors, I think she tried to make that seem like.
But I'm going to let her talk.
I can use this my point.
Yeah, please tell it all. Tell it all.
Keep talking, Marge.
Please keep talking.
Marge, keep talking.
Her and Lurch, we need them to start talking.
I want them to keep talking, but then I want them to shut up.
Forever.
We want both, but we want them to tell the right things.
Feel key, because it's the right thing for you to do. And after you told everything, go somewhere, take your $25 million. And lady, shut up.
And disappear.
All the ugliness that you have brought. I mean, you started ugly. Do y'all remember when Joe Biden was when they were where was it?
That made me so mad.
When he was giving the speech,
he was doing the State of the Union address. They were heckling.
Girl,
I thought that was the most disrespectful thing we had seen thus far. I wish we could go back to that because they have overstepped that. But yes, Kitty, that was horrible.
That's all. Every time I see that blonde hair bleach,
and she's always doing that in the chamber. If you watch the chamber, you know when they put that stuff on, she was always doing that in there to people.
Ghetto. She real ghetto.
And now all of a sudden, I'm getting death threats, and I don't know what to do. Oh, poor me. I'm a poor white tea woman, and girl, shut up.
Ghetto.
They're bullying me.
Shut up.
Like she was
people
bullying
that are
people.
threatening you are the same people that you sent chasing David Hogg. That's when I first saw you. You evil baby chasing David Hogg. I'll never forget that. Then when the babies had to run for their lives in Florida because that young man was shooting at them, and they survived a mass school shooting, and he went to go talk to Congress, and this heifer, nerve,
disgusting.
Follow him, asking, "What are you doing here?" Girl,
she was chasing him down the street, following him down the street.
She chased him down and harassed him because she basically was in that QAnon conspiracy with all of those weirdos who was trying to say they faked it. It was staged. You know,
it wasn't
I remember now.
Having to pay parents millions and millions of dollars because of that.
Well, Alex Jones got sued for. Yes.
So one thing that we never have to fake in this country is cruelty of white people.
Never.
We don't have to fake none of that.
Never. It's natural.
It's in their DNA. I said it and I meant it. Never.
Well,
Anywho, today we're talking about universal human rights.
We're going to do two. We're going to try to get to both, because last week the internet would not let me be great. It wouldn't let nobody be great last week. So it cut me off and shut me down and kicked me out. It kicked Kitty out a couple times. The internet tried us. So we're going to start out talking about HIV awareness because we didn't really get to talk about that. And then we'll roll over into universal human rights. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I had started saying before it had cut me off last week was we're going to talk about what HIV Awareness Month does, focusing on increasing knowledge about prevention, testing, treatment to combat stigma and improve community health. And then we're going to talk about some general tips and signs and symptoms. And we're going to try to get through just, some quick notes so we don't leave anything out. So we raise awareness by educating the communities. When you go out to the mall and you see people that have the signs up, most people just walk past it. A friend of mine and myself, we went in Savannah and we did one of the free testings because that's one of the things they actually offer is a free testing. And if you stand there and talk to them long enough, they'll hand you pamphlets and you can read up on them. And that is one of the biggest things you can do for yourself is to read up on HIV awareness, the myths, some of the myths about, and I'll get into some of those in a minute, about, who people generally think get HIV or, full-blown AIDS. And it gives you a little bit of education so that you're not just scary when you go around someone and you find out they have it. Because back in the day, you would think, oh my goodness, I can't touch anything they touched. I can't drink anything behind them. I got to clean the bathroom after they leave. And that's embarrassing. That's kind of disrespectful just because you're uneducated about it. You don't have to treat people, like that. So educating yourself is one of the biggest things you can do just to help yourself, and then explain it to younger people so that they don't have kind of the same bad ideas. So they basically promote testing, which is usually free. I don't know where a lot of the paid ones are, but they usually do a lot of free testing, especially around this time because December is the awareness month for it. Mm-hmm. It's really easy to go places and find, especially like in hospitals, like in the front, you can find some free testing, and it's not a hard test. I think they swabbed our mouth. They didn't do any blood work in the mall. We were in the mall in Savannah. And then they swabbed our mouth. And I think a week later, you get the, it's like a postcard in the mail, and it has your results on there. It's that simple.
And if you do, and it's just detects it in your cheeks, in your cheek cells. Mm-hmm. What they do is they swab it and they break it, and it kind of does its thing and lets you know if there's any positive cells in there. And then usually if it is positive, they'll call you to come in and have a conversation with you about it. And then they'll do the more extensive test to see if you have it or not.
One of the preventive measures is to test regularly and know your status. It is a scary thing to feel like you don't know. And most people are like, I want to know, but I'm scared to get that positive result. But you want that positive result. You want to know. You don't want the result. You just want to know if you're positive, because that way you can now, prevent somebody else. Because right now, where I live, which is not in Atlanta, but, some a ways from Atlanta, there's a very high rate here. Yeah. So it adds to the fear of dating, and then you have to be more proactive with asking questions and asking for test results. Like I'm not scared to ask for my chart. Like I want to know when you went to the doctor. Like I want to know this, but that should be part of dating. Anyway, sometimes on my live when I'm talking about relationships and dating, that is one of the things we talk about is getting some test results and asking the hard questions, because you need to know this right here is dangerous to your life.
Or even going to get tested together, right? Let's go get tested together, or even saying, let's go get tested together, and we'll come back together once we get our results, and I'll show you mine, you show me yours. There was 1.3 million new cases in 2024.
I can only imagine what it was in 2020 when everybody had to stay home together. Like, it just seems like it would have gone up, but that is a lot.
I think it would have gone down because everybody was at home. You should have been at home.
They were supposed to be at home.
You should have been at home.
Yeah, that's supposed to be.
You at home, away from people.
They was ready to leave.
Home.
They was ready to get out of the house and.
Well, maybe that's why it's spiked up now, but you know.
They said there's since 2024, there's 40.8 million people who are living with HIV.
Wow.
Globally or just in the U.S.?
Worldwide.
That's in the United States. Oh, that's worldwide.
Yeah.
If you look at the commercials, I'm not even going to talk about the commercials because every time I see one, it makes me upset because of the genre of people, and we know, everybody and anybody can get HIV.
I know, but they're going to try, and they still see it as a stigma, like it's, you've got HIV, you've got AIDS, and as if you think about it, it's just like any other disease, except it's transmitted sexually. That's the only difference. And what made it what really gave it a bad rap is because it was initially everyone said that it was coming from the LGBTQIA population.
Right. And that's one of my myths. Yeah, that's one of my myths. Yeah.
Let's take a quick commercial break, and then we can come back. You are listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back. Ms. Morningstar, go ahead and run them again. I don't know which ones you ran.
Welcome to Morningstar Boutique, where the sun is shining and the style is all about you, your beauty, confidence, and individuality. Whether that's your perfect summer dress, a chic jumpsuit, or outfit you didn't know you needed, we've got you. Stop by ourplugs.com and check us out. We'll see you soon.
Opal May Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skin care in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opal May Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does? We give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciated. God bless.
Why advertise with Our Plugs, LLC? What do you get? Radio promotion. Perfect for online businesses. YouTube promotion. Customers can view your commercial. TikTok promo. Gain followers and showcase product. Follow us on all platforms. YouTube and TikTok Our Plugs, LLC. www.ourplugs.com.
And we are back. Thank you, Ms. Morningstar. You're listening to Our Place of Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Go ahead, Ms. Jack. Go ahead and finish up.
One of the ways to educate yourself is to dispel the myths, and that was what Key was touching on before we went to commercial, because most people think you can only get it through one way, either LGBTQ, gay, unprotected sexual relations, and that's just not true. One of the myths is that it can be transmitted, but don't always assume it's LGBTQ relations. The most common routes are unprotected sex and sharing needles as well. But you can be born with it from the mother, or a baby can also get it from breast milk. It can be transmitted through bodily fluid exchange and between heterosexual couples and unprotected sex. So it's not just what most people look at it and think, this you're gay or it's gay sex or something like that. It's unprotected. It is bodily fluid exchange. From the mother can have it and transmit it to the baby just being born or through breast milk. So please dispel the myths and stop, automatically assuming that it came from what the norm is.
Right. And also they have to have a high viral load count in order for it to be able to be, passed along to anybody. So if the viral load is unpredicted, you can't see it, it's unpredictable, it's not there, then it's not going to be passed. It has to have a high viral load in order for it to be passed from one person to the other.
A lot of times on a TV, when you hear that, is it Ubrelvy? It's one of the medications. One of the preventive measures that they talk about on TV, again, is called PrEP. It is pre-exposure prophylaxis, and it helps stop the spread of the virus. So when you hear people say, hey, if you're like, it'll make you basically undetectable, meaning that you won't come up on the test for positive if you get your viral load down low enough. So what is PrEP? PrEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis. It means routinely taking prescription medication before you are exposed to HIV. So if you wanted to date someone that possibly had it, right, you would start taking this medication before you are exposed to maybe your partner or someone that you wanted to date that had it. And it will help reduce your chances of getting it. When taken as directed, it can be about 99% effective in HIV, preventing it through sex, which lets us know there's a cure somewhere. You can get up to 99%. Somebody telling some lies. Just remember, PrEP doesn't protect you from STIs. Those are sexually transmitted infections. So make sure to use normal condoms, normal prophylactics, be protective still. And then we have to talk about the racial bias. PrEP works, but we have been left out. We face many barriers, medical mistrust, healthcare systems that weren't built with us in mind. And when I say us, I mean African American people. It's time to change that. We have to learn the facts about HIV. One of them is only 14% of the PrEP users are Black people. And that is in the whole United States. 64% of the PrEP users are white people, while accounting for 24% of new cases. That is in 2022. So 64% of white people are using PrEP, and they account for 24% of the cases. Think about that, because Black people, only 14% of PrEP users are Black, while we account for 38% of the new cases. So,
and they also have PEP too, which is PEP, which is post-exposure. PEP
after.
So so it's post-exposure. After you're exposed, you take this, and it's like PrEP, but it's post.
Is that kind of like the morning after?
Yeah. I guess it could be like that. Yeah,
I would take it. Like, for real, that's a smart thing though, because we think about how it works. The actual, if you find out later, which you should find out before.
I know they give women who are assaulted medication to help with any to prevent any diseases as well. So it sounds like, I'm not for sure. I will ask a friend who's in nursing if that's what they're given. But the last time she and I talked about it, she did say that they do give rape victims a pill for.
Give them a whole lot.
Yeah, they give them a whole lot of pills.
They have a whole
and they also have to give. They also,
if
they've been with someone who they think might be positive or have a higher viral load, they have to be tested for 10 years.
Whoa! Every 6 months for 10 years? And that's good though. If you think about it, if you're dating somebody, that needs to be part of your dating ritual. If I'm going to start dating you, and we're gonna, get serious, one of our dates needs to be to a clinic, and you get your test and I get mine. I mean, time out for the craziness. Let's be
That's what,
mature adults.
that's not even crazy. That's normal.
Yes.
Like
No, I'm
grown.
talking about not wanting to do it. Time out for not wanting to do it. That's
Yeah.
if you're dating somebody and you say, let's go to the clinic and both get tested, and they push back, run.
Red flag. Flag on the
Run.
play. Whatever they call that. Flag on the play because I'm learning football. Flag on the
Run.
play.
Don't walk.
That is one of my tips. One of my tips is tell every partner you have, if you have it, immediately. It's dangerous if you don't. Give them the opportunity to decide if they want to, continue talking to you, if they want to get the prep and start taking it beforehand, if they want to just make it voluntary for them. There are stories on YouTube, stories all over the place about people that have found out later. And the same how they tell trans people, you should tell the other person you're dating that you're trans immediately if you get into a relationship. Give them the opportunity to know. It's the same thing with HIV. Like you could potentially put my life in danger. I may have a really messed up immune system, and yours may be stronger, but you have a virus that my body can't take, and you don't tell me because you're trying to date me for a while to see if you can trust me and all those things. But before you have relations, you should let somebody know. It is very dangerous these days.
Yeah.
Don't get yourself hurt. It's go and look on YouTube and look at some of the stories, and it'll change you. It'll change your whole aspect. Like, wow. Another one of my tips is do not treat people with HIV like they are not human. They have feelings and emotions. Educate yourself on the virus instead. They used to treat people with HIV like they had like leprosy, like things hanging from their head. And there's so many different ways to like keep your viral things happen. So, it's different now, but just don't treat people, because some people are very vocal. They will tell any and everybody that they have it just because they want to be cautious, but everybody's not going to react to it the same way. Just don't be that person that's like, oh my God, oh God, I got this, da, da, da. Is everybody blinking or is it just me?
No, it's you, but it
probably
is you. Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
But
Can y'all hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we need to stay on mute because it's a bad echo. But it's fine as long as we're on mute. It comes through.
Dang it! Well, the last thing I'm gonna say is my signs and symptoms. Okay, so some signs and symptoms. HIV early signs and symptoms can be flu-like illness symptoms with fever, chills, muscle aches, rash, and swollen lymph nodes, which sounds like a flu, sounds like a cold, but it often appears 2 to 4 weeks after infection. Later stage symptoms can include chronic fatigue, unexplained weight loss, prolonged diarrhea, and severe infections as the immune system has damaged. So many people have no symptoms for years, which is the reason that they need testing. Testing is the only way that they can find out. Some people, same thing with cancer, different types of cancer don't always present themselves like really dramatic. So you won't really know something until you go get tested. So those signs and symptoms are flu-like. So most people won't think they have HIV, but it's always easy. I mean, it's always important to go get tested at least yearly or with changing partner, because you can't really trust people just because they say I don't and they haven't shown you any paperwork or anything. You shouldn't be bumping bodies with them, no way, if you ain't found out. But that's it. I digress. I'm a mute. Maybe you won't hear it.
And then just a couple of things that I wanted to add was the difference between HIV and AIDS is the viral load count. And so if you got and the CD4 count in it, if the CD4 count is under 200 cells, and that's when you're diagnosed with AIDS. So the count of the virus in your system is when you are diagnosed with, AIDS. It starts out as HIV, and depending on where it's at, and also if you start to have like you get cancer, or you might get bronchitis, start getting pneumonia, stuff like that. That goes into the part where they start to look at your count, and that becomes AIDS at that point. So it's got to do with the count, and not just because some people are like, oh, they got full, they got this, and they got full blown AIDS, and they did this, and it's like, no, it depends on the count. It's just a medical term. If it's undetectable, then then that's HIV. That's in that HIV area. AIDS is when it's the viral load and the CD4 count is under that 200 cells.
So you're basically losing cells. Your white cells are dying.
Yeah. Yep. And your viral count or viral load will go up, but those cells will go down. And that when it goes under that number, that's when when you're diagnosed with AIDS. And that's when your body is susceptible to those things that people mostly pass away from: the pneumonia, the cancers, different things like that. Because it's just eating your immune system up.
Yeah. Protection is key, and detection is key, and abstinence and going to go get yourself checked is very critical. So, and my heart goes out to anyone who's infected or affected by this disease. I'm glad we've finally gotten out of the 80s and the 90s when people just were treating people so horribly for something. It's a disease, So I'm glad we're past that. Thank God. But
yes, that's what I wanted to jump in and say, how far we've come as a country, as a United States, with the testing and with the advanced therapeutic measures to be able to live a fulfilled life, like we see people doing. Magic Johnson, one of the people who's been living a fulfilled life, and his wife never, from what we know, never contracted the disease. So, I mean, it used to be a life-ending sentence back in the 80s, but now people are living their regular life, getting married, having children, keeping it moving, So great information, ladies.
Thank you so much, ladies. We truly appreciate that. And you're right. It's so good to hear. Finally, we're here, and it can only get better as long as we keep moving forward and thinking about other people instead of just ourselves.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
are we gonna go into universal human rights?
Yes, we are. We're gonna go to universal human rights. I'm gonna go on mute because of we're gonna go on mute. So you guys, Miss Jack and Counselor Nikki, you guys got it. We're right here.
Okay, so I guess I'll try to just go with something that's faster because we don't have a lot of time left. So let me see if I can get the most bang for my buck in this thing. I made a little thing to look at. Okay, so we kind of just wanted to talk about this because it's also Human Rights Awareness Month. You have a whole lot of stuff tied into one month, and because we feel like people need to be reminded of what their rights are. I feel like every day we're told what we don't have the right to do, and it's stuff that it's not true. The truth is we're not being told the truth about what our rights are. So we just wanted to talk about some of those basic human rights. I'm trying to find my little table I made. So if we just think about in general about human rights, the first thing we think about is like the Constitution, right? The Constitution is it lays out what our rights are. And right now we have people telling us that we don't have to go by the Constitution. We don't need to listen to the Constitution. They don't like the Constitution. They're trying to do away with the Constitution. And so that's where our first rights were, we were given our first rights was in the Constitution. Some of the historical content that we could think about is like Plessy versus Ferguson. That was one of the bigger cases when we first started out about human rights and having the right to equal treatment. And the courts upheld the Plessy versus Ferguson, saying that we could be separate but equal. And that's where you hear that term separate but equal comes from, was that Plessy versus Ferguson case. And then, of course, we go through life and we figure out, guess what? We're separate, but we're not equal.
Definitely.
You know, the brown folks are not being given the things that they need at their schools and stuff, while the other folks are thriving and doing what they need to do. Were you going to say something, Miss Jack?
I was saying what you were saying is definitely not equal, and it wasn't written with us in mind. When we go back to the Constitution, it was never written for us. That's why amendments had to be made and different acts and things had to be changed, because we basically did not have equal rights. That was it.
Right. Okay. Did you all want to add something?
You're absolutely correct. Nothing for me to add. I'm just listening, but you are right.
Okay. So the next part that comes into play after that is Thurgood Marshall decided he's going to collect 5 different cases showing that separate but equal was not equal, and it was not right. So then you had the Brown versus the Board of Education, and that was huge for civil rights and kind of kicked off the movement, because Brown versus Board of Education said separate but equal is not equal. And so when that passed, immediately it was said, yeah, that's infringing upon our rights from the Constitution, and keeping things separate has not been equal. So they immediately had to end segregation and start desegregating the school systems. But still, even with that, we know things still were not equal. But that was when we first got that case saying, no, separate but equal is not true. It's not real.
And it's still to this very day not true and not working. You know, to this very day, yes. In my opinion, you can just look at the inner city and versus the suburbs. You know, how the inner city, I'm going to say it, HISD, their school system, their books, you know, it's completely different from if you live out in the suburbs. It's a different school district. We have more opportunities in the suburbs than you do in the inner city. And it's still to this very day, yes, we came together and we blended and but y'all know my thoughts and feelings about that.
But see, that's a form of redlining, and that's what we've been talking about, you know, in these election cycles, you know, how them getting rid of the Department of Education, in a sense, we know who will be hurt by that, the population that will be hurt the most, which is the brown and black communities, the underfunded communities, the children who live, like you said, in the inner cities, who parents can't afford to live in the suburbs and have to live in maybe project housing or affordable low-income homes. But why should their kids not be afforded that same type of human right as far as education? It's ridiculous. And they want us to depend on the states.
Right. And that's why I wanted to bring up Brown versus the Board of Education, because that was one of the reasons why we have a Board of Education, because it was to make sure that we're divvying out the money a little more equally than we were. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's why we even had that to begin with.
And they don't even want it now. And you think of how far we've come. We had to fight for education, and then now they don't even want education.
I mean, the lady is a wrestler.
Drop out like fourth grade. The what?
The lady, her husband was a wrestler. Them people cannot be there.
Don't start me on who's in charge of it. They really don't care about it.
He put her in there to tear it down. He told her to tear it down.
He put her in there to tear it down, and that's exactly what she's doing. Look at it now. They're trying their best to get their hands on that $1.5 trillion. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh, he could care less if we learn or our kids learn or not. He wants that money. I'm going to go on mute.
Yeah. Right. And when the states had it before, they didn't do what they needed to do with the money. You know what I mean? If it's depending on where you're at, you're not going to get what you need from the states. And the states only have a certain amount. The government was coming and helping with programs like Title I and some of the other programs we talked about the last time when we were talking about kind of things to help your child. The government gets those subsidies for those programs. The states don't have the money for that.
So they didn't come in and fix the program and fix the issue. They came in and made it worse.
They're not interested in fixing the program. I mean, let's be honest, where we're at in this cycle of administration, they're not interested in making children smarter, learning, or their learning ability better. That's not the interest of the United States government. Their interest is money.
Right.
And
They want them
pocketing
work.
and making their pockets, making their pockets fatter.
Yeah, because where does the money go? We have not figured that out yet. When they get rid of something, the money's gone. We don't know where it went though. So
We never do.
I can guess where it went.
In somebody's pocketbook.
Right.
Who?
Because there's a whole bunch of people who stand around and they ain't saying nothing.
Where did the SNAP money go?
In his pocketbook.
Yeah.
You know,
and then kids.
So then I made just a kind of a table. I found it of the core rights, just to kind of highlight it in little categories because we're kind of short on time. So the first category is civil and political, and the examples of some rights in that area would be like free speech, press, assembly, petition, and voting. So those are under attack as we speak. That's what we hear about all the time. They pick and choose who can come in and what media can come in, what media can't. They're suing media companies. They're trying to control now this venue that we're on now. They're trying to control all the places where we have media and so they control the narrative. So like the free speech, the press, the assembly, and the petition and the voting is under the Bill of Rights, and the amendments give us those rights. Those are our rights. And now they're saying we don't have the right. If you don't say the right thing to the people in the room, you can't come back in here. Because you're telling the truth, so you can't come back in here. That's violating our rights. They're trying to go back and start doing stuff with voting. They're changing their maps. They're doing their gerrymandering. They're doing all these different things with voting now. They're changing what IDs and stuff you can have. They're trying to go back and do more things with that. So that's one of our rights is to vote.
Yeah, they're trying to roll them back. Like we had to get those rights. African American people had to get these rights first of all,
and women.
And now they're trying to roll women. Now they're trying to roll them back because so many people have rights. They don't want everybody having rights. They want to have the rights to do the wrong thing. So now we are fighting again for the same rights that we had to fight for back then. And this is 2025. It's like, what is going on?
Nowadays, nothing surprises me. Unfortunately, I hate to even be like that, but
That's the truth.
Seriously, now I'm no longer surprised by this administration. I expect them to do exactly what they're doing. I also expect us to do what we're doing, and that's by voting them out, getting them up out of here.
Yep.
That's the only thing we can do. Put in office people who are going to fight for the American people, not for their pockets.
Voting actually scares the people.
Say it again.
I said voting actually scared the people that want to be in charge and taking rights away, us voting, and the numbers that we voted in. And then this last little election that we had, it's scaring people. So it's like, hey, we have to do something wrong to try to take it back and steal back their ability to vote. People kept dropping off of the voting rolls out of the blue. People had to keep checking to see if they were still registered all the way up until time to vote, because somehow magically they kept falling off of the registration.
They were being removed. We're not going to play them games. They were being removed by this administration.
Right.
Yeah. And that happened to me.
That
happened to me, not this time, but the time before, the last time, you voted. I looked up and I was not on the roll. I'm like, what? I've been on here this whole time. And all of a sudden I wasn't there.
Did you have to do a provisional ballot?
No, in Minnesota, thank God. And you can register and vote right the same day. And they're they want you to get rid of that. I had been on the road. I had voted in midterms. I had done all these things. And all of a sudden I was gone. And so this year I was like, this time I was just looking every 2 minutes, like to make sure I was still on there. But here you can go and you can vote. You can do everything the same day.
That's
We
good.
had a few people. The last election that I worked was Joe Biden and the crazy dude. And we had like maybe 20 people throughout that whole entire day that weren't registered when they came up. That was it, because it wasn't this crazy as it is, in the last one.
Yeah, speaking of which, Hot Wheels is gonna try he's gonna try and roll up and do his craziness. Remember, folks in Houston, you have an election coming up, a special election, January 31st. We'll have more information, but we are at the end of our segment. I want to thank our folks on TikTok for showing up. We see you. We see you. We see you. And we appreciate you. Well, I want to thank our folks on YouTube and our family. Any last words, Mrs. Jack?
Please go get tested.
Yeah. Any last words, Mrs. Counselor Nikki?
Yes, just make sure that you know your rights.
Absolutely.
Make sure you know your rights.
Absolutely. Know your rights, know what you're dealing with, know the people that you know that your vote counts, know that you need to do what you need to do, and get out there, make sure you're registered, like Counselor Nikki said. Thank you, ladies, for showing up. Thank you, as always, my sisters. You bring knowledge and news that we can use. Miss Morningstar, can you please take us home?
Absolutely. Great show, ladies. Thank you so much for all the informative information. Holly Springs in Mississippi, thank you for joining us this morning. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, TikTok and YouTube Live. We appreciate you guys. Go out, be great. We'll see you back tomorrow for Leaders Who Lead. Yeah. So we'll be back. Y'all have a great day.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty
and Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.